Hi, welcome friends, and today we're going to read some more books by Loren Long. Today is Otis and the Puppy, and someone told me that happens to be Claire's favorite book. And today, Claire is 3. Happy birthday, Claire! I hope you have a great birthday. And if anyone else is sharing Claire's birthday, happy birthday to you too. So here we go, Otis and the Puppy by Loren Long. It was springtime on the farm where the friendly little tractor named Otis lived. The flowers bloomed, the trees were filled with leaves, the farm buzzed with joy of a new season, and there were fields to plow and crops to plant, and Otis was right in the middle of it, working hard. Puff, puff, puffity chuff. Oh, look, there he goes, working there, working hard. See all the fields he's got to plow? When the workday was over, Otis and the little calf and all their farm friends loved to play hide and seek. Otis loved to be it, counting 1 puff, 2 puff, 3 puffity, 4 chuff, as his friends ran to hide. And when he reached 10, it was game on, and Otis motored there and there, here and there, looking for his friends. Huh? That's a lot of places they could hide. He found the little calf hiding in a deep thicket of wildflowers. He found the ducks hiding in the mud pond. And he found the bull hiding in a haystack. Otis and the animals would play until the sun disappeared behind the trees, making sure to be home before darkness fell. See, there's the little cow friend and the ducks and their little duck butts. And there's the bull hiding in a haystack. One evening, the farmer gathered everyone up in front of the barn and gently placed a burlap sack on the ground. The sack began to wobble, tumble, and roll, and it sat up, stretched to the sky, and went, "Arr, arr, arf!" What could that be? Then out popped a little head. Interesting. A puppy! A puppy shook his ears, raised his head to the sky, and yelped out another, "Arf, arf, arf!" Then he burst out of the sack and romped around and greeted everybody with wet kisses. He wiggled from head to toe, and his spotted tail wiggled and wagged and wagged and wiggled. And the farmer animals smiled as they watched their happy new friend. And then as quickly as he had jumped out of the sack, he wobbled over to Otis, leaned on his tire, yawned, slouched, and plopped off to sleep. Look at the cute little puppy. There he is, giving out kisses, and there he is, all tuckered out. Tired puppy. The farmer put an old doghouse in front of the barn and scooped up the sleepy puppy, placing him in his new home, and said, "Good night, little pup." Otis, the little calf, and all the animals filed into the barn for a good night's sleep. Otis yawned and nestled into a stall, and he was thrilled to have the little puppy on the farm, and he smiled as he drifted off to sleep. Pup, pup, puppity, zzz. All of a sudden he woke up to a pitiful whimper. The whimper turned out to be a whine, and a whine into a yelp. It was the puppy. Aw, he looks sad. He looks lonely. Everybody else is in the barn. It was dark as midnight. Otis took a deep breath, clicked on his headlight, and putted out to the doghouse, where he found the puppy trembling with fear. He was scared of the dark. With a chuff, Otis invited him into the barn, where the puppy curled up and fell fast asleep. From that night on, the puppy would slink into the doghouse, from his doghouse into the barn where Otis was, where he felt safe. There he is, shining a light. And there he is, all curled up on Otis's seat. After a day of working on the farm, the 2 friends would play hide and seek with the others. One day, while it was Otis's turn to be it, he was counting to 10 when the others hid. 1 puff, 2 puff, 3 putty puff, 4 chuff. But the puppy had something else on his mind. So there's Otis counting down. What's the puppy up to? Otis finished counting, peeled out, and motored here and there, puff, puff, puffity chuff, swerving and darting and skidding as fast as he could to find his friends. He found the little calf hiding behind the old apple tree, and the ducks hiding in a scraggly growth of honeysuckle. And he found the massive bull trying his best to hide behind a lone dandelion. But where was the puppy? Looks like he found a butterfly to chase. Where could he be? Otis and the animals searched high and low, and even the farmer came to help, but they couldn't find the puppy anywhere. Uh-oh, it looks like he wandered off into the big dark woods. He looked scared and lost. Finally, the farmer stopped the search. It's getting dark, he said. Let's continue the search in the morning light. By the time they reached the barn, it was already quite late, and all the animals went right to bed. There they go. Oh, and last of all, Otis. I bet Otis doesn't want to go to bed. But Otis couldn't sleep. His heart ached deep inside his engine. He knew how scared of the dark his new friend was, and he was worried that the puppy had wandered into the forest. He putted over to the barn door and looked out into the night and sighed. Like the little puppy, Otis too was afraid of the dark, but he knew what he had to do. He's got to go find that puppy. He's got a headlight. He clicked on his headlight and puffed out into the dark. Yep, there you go, Otis. Use your headlight. Go use your headlight and search in the dark for the puppy. Just inside the forest, Otis stopped dead in his tracks. The sounds of the night crackled and thumped and croaked all around him, and his heart pounded and he shook like a leaf. Every part of him wanted to turn and run back to the farm, yet he knew his friend needed him. So he closed his eyes and began to count. 1 puff, 2 puff, 3 puffy, 4 chuff. By the time he got to 5, Otis felt a lot calmer. And when he hit 10, game was on. It is pretty dark. I would have to admit, I don't think I'd like to be out in the forest either. But if I was with Otis, it would be good. He peeled out and motored here and there, and he swerved and darted and skid and flashed his headlights everywhere in the dark. He circled and crisscrossed the forest, making sure to see every possible place the puppy could hide. That's a pretty big forest. Look at Otis go. Lots of places. Oh, there's an owl sitting up there. Just up there watching things. Hoo-hoo-hooing. Finally, his light shined across an old log with a little spotted tail poking out of one end. The puppy was whimpering softly, too scared to come out. But then he heard Otis and squealed with joy. Arf, arf, arf! And he wiggled and wagged and wiggled right out of the log. And he squealed and cried and covered Otis's face with kisses. Yep, see him hiding down there, and there's Otis. And all kinds of kisses. So happy, and his tail's just wagging like crazy. Then the two friends began to make their way home, and they stood all together, tall as they passed through the dark forest, and somehow the night sounds no longer felt frightening to them. There they are. Oh, look. There's some rabbits, and a fox, and a deer in the forest. They're not afraid, because that's their home. On the farm, a warm, safe bed awaited them, and before long a new day would arrive, full of bright sunshine, work, and play. The end. And there's the puppet and Otis and the ducks. All happy. Yay! Well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you come back and hear more stories with me. And if there's stories you'd like to hear me read, please leave them in the comments. And leave the name and the author. I'll see if I have them in my library, and if not, I'll see if I can get them and we can read them. And again, I hope, Miss Claire, you have a great birthday. Thank you for joining me.